Last year, mother of two, Sophie Hunt, travelled to Turkey for a low-cost weight loss surgery that resulted in her sadly passing away just 48 hours after her procedure.
Yeah, a year on from her passing, Sophie's sister Aimee and their family are still looking for answers surrounding her death. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks
Thank you for joining us. It's such a sad story. So tell us what happened. Did you actually know that she was going to Turkey and what she was planning on doing?
She told us all, you know, she was going to Turkey, she was having this surgery. Her words were she was going to come back $1 million. That was it. No one was telling her any different.
And do you think, did she need it, or was it just that she just had this in her head?
She was a bigger girl.
Yeah.
She was a bigger girl. She'd done diets, but she loved food.
Yeah,
so when you love food, it's hard.
And then your mum in particular didn't want her to go.
My mum really didn't want her to go. She was really worried, and just we all were worried. But I just wanted Sophie to be happy, and she said, you know, she really wanted to do it, so I supported her decision.
Sure. And she'd done her research, she'd gone online.
Her and her friend, they'd done all their research, you know, she would moved from a few different clinics, and she was adamant, you know, that was what she was doing. She'd picked the right clinic, and that was it. Off she went.
So off to Turkey she went. She had the procedure done. A friend had the procedure done. What exactly did she have done?
She had a tummy tuck and liposuction.
OK. And you see this on the Instagram all the time, and you just see the photos.
She was doing. She was showing me, look at the difference. She called me sissy. So she would say, look at these befores and afters, and they did look amazing.
And the thing is, with Instagram, it always looks good. You never see the bad stories.
No, of course you don't.
And you don't know if it's true.
No,
you don't know if those pictures are the same.
Exactly.
So when did you find out something was wrong?
So I had a phone call from her friend, and she just said, they've told me to call you, you need to come out. So obviously I was just panicking, throwing stuff in a bag, looking for the next flight so I could just get out there.
So you couldn't phone her?
I couldn't phone her. I hadn't heard from her, so I had been hearing from her, and then she just went silent, but I was at work. I just presumed she was asleep. She'd had major surgery. So I just thought,
exactly.
But then obviously when I got that call,
you knew
I knew something was wrong.
And were you talking to the hospital and the doctors then?
No, I didn't hear from them. So I said to her friend, can you please tell somebody to call me? Because just saying you need to come out there.
Exactly.
Where am I going?
Precisely. So obviously about 20 minutes later, I got a call from the clinic, someone from the clinic, and they said, you know, you need to come out. And I said, what's happened? What's going on? What exactly's gone wrong? And the man just said, your sister's OK, but she's not all right. Language barrier. What does that mean?
Yeah.
She's OK. So there's hope there.
There's hope
straight away.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I clinged on to.
Sure.
That is what I clinged on to.
So you got on your flight?
I got on the flight. The next one was the next morning. So my flight, I got on at 10:30 the following day.
Right.
And then I arrived in Turkey. They picked me up.
Yes.
So I went off to a hospital. When I arrived, they took me into a side room. And I said, what's happened? You know, what's going on? And he said, your sister's had cardiac arrest.
Right.
Why? She was fine. I'd spoken to her. Like, I needed answers.
Yeah.
Like, can I see her? So I thought if I see her, she might know I'm here. You're not able to see her. Why? Because in this country, no one's allowed to visit anyone in intensive care because of COVID. Didn't think anything of it.
So there's still hope.
There's
She's
still hope.
With us.
He then said, I said, what now? Because he said she'd had cardiac arrest, 90 minutes of CPR. So I just said, so she's brain dead. 90, that's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So he said, that's a possibility. You should prepare for the worst. All we can do now is pray.
Aimee, when did you find out that tragically your sister had passed away before you got there?
So I didn't know. So he told me that.
So still now you're in a position where you think your sister's alive?
Honestly, I ignored the bit that said all we can, you know, we should prepare for. I ignored that bit. I held on to the all we can do is pray.
Yeah.
So I went back to where I was going to be staying, and they came back and collected me and took me back into the room. This was about, I'd say, half an hour later. As soon as I walked into the room, he said, I'm sorry, your sister's passed away.
Oh, Aimee.
Yeah. So then I just think, I said I wanted to see her because I thought I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw her, which was just horrific. And I did have a feeling at the time. I can remember vaguely thinking she didn't look like someone that had just died. It'd only been no more than an hour. So anyway, I went back in the room and he held my hand and he said, I haven't been honest with you. Your sister had already passed away before you got here.
How awful is this?
Yeah.
Why did they not
I
tell
don't
you?
know. He said he thought, because I had a long journey, it was better to prepare me. But then for me, you shouldn't have told me to pray.
Sure.
Yeah,
So you thought
exactly.
he just panicked with the sound
I
of it?
think so. Yeah, I think so.
Was there any explanation as to how she died, why she died?
No, there still hasn't been. No
So
post-mortem.
what's happened since?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. No.
No autopsy or anything like that?
They've performed one in Turkey. They haven't. It's still no results. There's somebody there that's acted on my behalf, the funeral director. I'm in contact with him. He goes back, still no results. Here, they're constantly chasing, still no results.
British Embassy
Embassy, yeah, they're all
in
involved.
Istanbul, have they been?
Yeah, they
wherever,
contact my mum all the time. So here they said they wanted to do another post-mortem when I got back with her in England. That came back inconclusive. They can't find a reason. They can't find a reason why at 34 she just had sudden cardiac arrest.
So, Aimee, are there any next steps for you? And, you know, what would you like? So it seems like a sort of glib question, but what coming on here?
Yeah.
Because you said to start with, we were talking during the break, you don't want to come across like a preacher. You don't want to be anti-Turkey
No, I don't, because,
and people going away and doing
No, I
procedure.
don't want to do that. That's exactly what I don't. I don't want to come across like I'm a preacher. People have got the right to choose. I don't know for sure what happened to my sister. I don't know if something just went wrong. Her body just couldn't cope.
Yeah.
But that's the whole reason. I don't know. And I think my sister and me as well were naive in thinking, you know, I'm going to come back, everything's going to be fine. Why think like that? Any surgery involves risks. So if you're, you know, her children haven't got a mum now.
Yeah.
So she wanted that body so badly that now her children don't have a mum. So,
But
you
do
know.
you know what? So many people will learn from this story, just you coming on.
I just hope it makes somebody think, you know,
Yeah.
actually, I can die.
Yeah.
Because you can. My sister's died.
Yeah.
It can go wrong.
You never think that's the possibility,
You never
do you?
think. You're in loads of
Never think it's gonna
situations.
be
You
you,
never
of
think
course.
it's going to be... I didn't think. My sister,
Aimee,
she
thanks
did.
for sharing it, and we're so sorry for you and your family and the loss.
No, thank you.
Gina have responded to
Yeah.
say that we're very sorry for Sophie's death, but not responsible for it. She was shown the necessary care and attention. They're a health tourism agency not authorised to perform surgical procedures, and their legally compliant website didn't suggest they are. Patients signed agency agreements with them and surgical consent forms with the hospital, a GNR contracts to perform surgery. They're not legally authorised to interfere between hospital and patient, and only communicate about hotels and transfers, referring patients to doctors for treatment. Complaints. Sophie had contact with the hospital where she had surgery and had a contract with that hospital. We've tried to contact the hospital for a response but not received a reply. That's a right to reply that obviously we have to read out. Thank you very much, Aimee.
No, thank you for having me
Thank you
on.
for sharing your story.
Thank you.